It used to be the G8 because Russia was in it, and now Russia's not in it. Now, I love our country. I have been Russia's worst nightmare. If Hillary got in, I think Putin is probably going, man, I wish Hillary won, because you see what I do. But with that being said, Russia should be in this meeting. Why are we having a meeting without Russia being in the meeting? And I would recommend, and it's up to them, but Russia should be in the meeting. It should be a part of it. You know, whether you like it or not, and it may not be politically correct, but we have a world to run. And in the G7, which used to be the G8, they threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in, because we should have Russia at the negotiating table.
Leaders of the world's biggest economies have rounded on the U.S. over its imposition of hefty metals tariffs. The French President Emmanuel Macron has even suggested that America could find itself excluded.
Maybe the American president doesn't mind being isolated today, but we also don't mind being six if need be.
And it seems like Donald Trump himself is preparing for a tough atmosphere at the G7. He has tweeted that he is ready for a fight with his fellow world leaders over the issues of trade. Later, he tweeted that the European Union itself is charging the U.S. massive tariffs. RT's Donald Corter looks at the impact of some of Trump's latest policies.
The G7's June summit seems already destined for dysfunction. With a heap of complaints from the U.S.'s European allies, some are suggesting a name change to keep up with the times.
We should have been united during that G7 to tackle the global challenges of the world. And instead of that, we will be divided. It will not be a G7. It will be a G6 plus one.
It's not too hard to see where the fallout between Washington and the rest of the pack is coming from. In just 2 years, Donald Trump has caused serious problems for major international agreements. First, by announcing he was ditching the Paris Climate Accord. Then the Iran nuclear agreement, the breakthrough deal which took years to negotiate. And now, he's unleashed a trade war with the EU by slapping tariffs on their steel and aluminum.
The United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. The United States has been taken advantage of by other countries, both friendly and not so friendly, for many, many decades. I'm here to protect, and one of the reasons I was elected is I'm protecting our workers, I'm protecting our companies.
Even Angela Merkel, who's known for maintaining her cool during the worst diplomatic spats, has had some strong words to share about the U.S.'s recent exits.
It is clear that, especially with the exit of the U.S. from the climate deal, there is dissent within the G7. Just as much as with the announcement of tariffs on aluminium and steel, which we believe are illegal, and also the issue of the Iranian nuclear deal, which the U.S. has withdrawn from.
Moreover, Merkel warned this lack of compromise may lead to the G7 failing to issue a joint statement. That would make this year's summit in Toronto the first ever to end without a communiqué. And chances are high it will, with the French President Emmanuel Macron also rumored to be unwilling to sign a joint paper with Trump, unless he makes some concessions and makes an effort to mend all the multilateral deals he's junked, which Trump most likely will not. Actually, according to his economic advisor, this row is no big deal at all.
There may be disagreements. I regard this as much like a family quarrel. We will do what is necessary to protect the United States, its businesses, and its workforce. Don't blame Trump. Blame the nations that have broken away from those conditions.
Blame the other countries. Now, that's what you want to hear right before a G7 summit. Donald Corter, RT.